Okay, so we're here with Jose Santiago, who got top 4 in the 1v1 event, and then also got first place in the 3v3 tournament with the same deck, but a 4-card difference, so that's pretty impressive. When I talked to you, I just met you this weekend, you pretty much knew the deck inside and out. I could tell by how you talked about it. Pretty insightful, so let's get into it.
So I decided to play DRYTRON for the event. I thought it was the highest ceiling deck, so I wanted to play like what gave me the best chance to win. So we played triple alpha, triple zeta, triple gamma, triple delta. Pretty standard at this point. You just like only lose when you don't see this card, or you get floodgated, so you want to max out on those. For the fairy engine, still playing diviner, orange light, Eva. If I had testicles, I almost went into the event cutting like this and ultimateness and just playing like a strictly combo going first version with all the bricks taken out. But I don't know how consistent that would have been for like a 9-round tournament, so I decided not to do it. So I guess it still performed pretty well, you know. Ben 10, Ida 10, Natasha, Ultimateness, and Draconids. I think for this version, you don't necessarily need Draconids, since like any 3 monsters gets you to the Dagda and Anaconda, which is like what the goal of the deck is to shut the opponent out from the extra deck. So this probably wasn't as necessary and could have been like maybe another preparation of rights or some other card. But this is just good like in the grind. It also just like steals you wins against like people who have boards that aren't not interactive. So there's that. Played triple Nova, triple Emergency, Faf, Medionis, and 1 prep. You would think like you'd want to play more prep in this type of deck since like seeing Benton is the goal. But like I said earlier, the only games you actually lose are the ones you don't see DRYTRONs. So if you have a hand that's kind of clogged with a bunch of rituals, you're not necessarily always able to play, especially when you don't play like the perfection version. We play the ultimatist version. So 1 prep was fine. And then we play the God card. If you see this card with like any combination of 2 DRYTRONs, I just feel like I'm never losing a duel, regardless of like what happens. Except in the finals of the 3v3, I activated this to negate a Chow Fang, and I had like full combo afterwards. But like he just had Imperial Order, so like nice duel. And then we played the Fusion Destiny package.
Did you ever summon this card, Plasma?
Nah, not once, unfortunately.
All 2 days.
I actually could have done it once, so like style, but like we won before I could have summoned this, so that actually would have been kind of nice.
Yeah.
Before the event, we were like very heavily on the 3 Fusion Destiny build, but I just didn't want to have hands where I had to rely on activating this card and winning the duel. I wanted to have it as like utility in the extra deck to get to it through the combo, or like if I'm going second, and they play like a lot of non-interactive cards like Fog Blade and things of that nature. Don't necessarily clear monsters, just negate them. You can like consolidate to an Anaconda afterwards and get to the DPE, and like the effect of Celestial is just insane. This is why this package is just so much better than the Red Eyes package. This card is like just actually has an effect. And then when you draw 2 in DRYTRON, you're very often never drawing at least 1 thing you contribute. And as long as you have like 1 thing for food, your engine just keeps rolling. So there's that. The Scythe and 1 Galaxy Cyclone. Before the event, I thought people would be heavily like on the version of swordsoul that Hani played, the going second version. And well, I didn't think that version was like insane, because you have to specifically draw like a 2-card combo of like Dark Ruler, Droplet, and Mine to win like some duels against DRYTRON. We wanted to mitigate losing to that setup by having a Galaxy Cyclone in the main deck that you could send off Beatrice, and then even if they Dark Ruler and Mine you, you just Galaxy Cyclone during your next turn, pop the Mine and just kill them.
Did that ever come up?
Never came up. In my top 4 match, day 1 against Walter Jewell, game 3, he was playing Torso. He actually sided in mine, and I left this in game 3, but the interaction never came up. We talked about it after. For the extra, so triple Faf. This is just necessary in every DRYTRON deck. Like day 1, it actually cost me a game in Swiss that I didn't have a 3rd one. So day 1, the only difference in the extra deck was I played a Unicorn that I never made once instead of the 3rd Faf. Like you just absolutely need 3 of this card if you're playing the deck correctly. Beatrice, Downard, Zeus. I don't know how necessary Downard is right now. but like I just wanted to play it to have a utility to be able to send like on their turn and then send one on my turn and then send one on their turn with Zeus. Entis, Herald for Downed, for the Diviner, sorry. Link Rebo, Phoenix, Dagda, Anaconda. For the Link Force, Appaloosa, and Borosword. These cards were like just the MVP all weekend, pretty much. Like people would just like imperm Diviner, use Fog Blades on like Phoenix. You would just basically bait out interaction and consolidate all your monsters into these 2 cards. And like it was very hard for them to interact using 2 cards in their hand or like using cards on the field and then be able to follow up with this after, which is pretty wild actually. And then we played the 1 Destroyer Phoenix. This card is actually insane as well. And then for the side deck, 1 Called By. I didn't want to main this. I didn't think a lot of people would be maining hand traps, so I wanted to side it in going first when they would put in the Drolls and Cycle Ritters and stuff. 2 Cosmics. Strictly better than Twin right now because it can also hit Scythe, so that's good. 3 Cycle Reader. Strictly better than DD Crow as well because this can hit Scythe and it also is just like the best card in a mirror match, so you just want to have this card. Triple Nibiru, triple Droll, and triple Sphere mode. The other difference from the day 1 event versus the 3v3 event, day 1 I didn't play Sphere mode, I played evenly, and then for the 3v3 I played Spear mode.
Is it an upgrade?
Definitely not. I never resolved this card once. I actually resolved evenly more day 1. But in theory, this card was like decent against swordsoul if they went full combos, post side and made Protoss against you. Maybe you have like a chance to live because they rarely have follow up. But yeah, that was the thought process behind it.
Okay. So you still love DRYTRONs, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think the deck has like the highest ceiling if it doesn't get floodgated out of the game. We'll see like moving forward how it is, obviously, but yeah, I think it was the right choice for this event.
Any shout-outs you want to give?
For sure, I want to give a couple shout-outs to my teammates, Chris LeBlanc, Noel Bagelman, shout out to Got Milk Gaming team from back home. Just shout out to everyone that supported me, and Ellis for running a great event. Tommy behind the camera.
Thanks.
Appreciate everyone.
Thank you. Congrats on the insane performance.
Thank you.
Thanks for the profile, man.